We're here today talking with Maria Soklis, President of Cox Automotive Canada, and Pako Tshiamala from the Black Employee Network. And we'd just like to welcome them to talk about an initiative they've got underway, which we think would be of very great interest to our readers.
Good morning, Hugh. It's a pleasure to be here with you today, and thank you so much for your invitation.
Morning, Hugh. A pleasure to be here with you today, and thanks for having this conversation with us.
I think starting off, big companies sometimes either avoid or perhaps don't even know how to handle difficult topics like racism. So why was it important to you and to Cox Automotive Canada to kind of talk about this new initiative and kind of get the ball rolling?
You know, Hugh, thanks for asking. I think that a lot of companies avoid talking about difficult topics because it has the potential to introduce controversy and expose vulnerabilities. At Cox Automotive Canada, we believe that difficult conversations are foundational and pivotal in making sure you understand what is compelling and important to your people, and for it to then help drive a more inclusive and positive environment.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Black Employee Network and what were some of the factors that led to establishing it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Black Employee Network, BEN, is an employee resource group for members of all genders and races who are passionate about learning what anti-Black and systemic racism is and how they can do their part in essentially ending it in all aspects of our lives. And as far as the factors that led to establishing it and creating it, we're actually inspired by Maria and an employee resource group she leads at Cox called Women with Drive. And like BEN, it addresses matters like systemic barriers and discrimination. I'd also been a part of other organizations that have Black-focused ERGs, and I saw the contribution it made to the organization in terms of boosting employee engagement, just contributing to company culture. But I think the most important thing for me and other passionate Black people who, kind of started the Black Employee Network is that it inspired Black talent to bring their true selves to work. Now, we started this back in February of 2020, and it was only possible because we work with an organization that has, very role model kind of leadership, like Maria and a number of executives at our company.
Maria, we kind of know about Cox Automotive's history, and there's always kind of been a principle of doing the right thing. So I kind of wanted to get from you, what were some of the objectives that your organization had planned for BEN as a vehicle to help champion positive change? Because it kind of leads on from other initiatives you've already put in place, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the best way to answer this question, Hugh, to help you understand, is the Black Employee Network has three very clear objectives, and that is to educate, to celebrate, and to inspire. So the best way that we can help BEN to reach their objectives is to provide a safe environment where they can meet and speak about difficult topics, and where they can comfortably build initiatives to include or to drive a more inclusive environment, and one that combats anti-Black and systemic racism. And additionally, the way that we plan to support them is by providing them with the resources that they need to put these initiatives into play and to hold themselves accountable and the organization accountable to monitoring progress throughout the year.
One of the things that obviously is developed as part of this is the Real About Race video series. So I'd love to hear from you a little bit about this initiative and some of its objectives.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Real About Race series is a set of educational videos that essentially capture dialogue between senior leaders at Cox Automotive and Black talent. A dialogue about topics such as anti-Black and systemic racism, amongst other things. And the goal is essentially to inspire similar conversations throughout the entire organization. Black people face a lot of trauma in their communities, and a lot of healing comes through dialogue. And we just want to inspire our organization to start having that dialogue by showing them how those dialogues can be had in a professional setting and in a meaningful way. I just want to add that, initiatives like the Real About Race series could not have been possible if we didn't have the, just the huge support we got from our senior leadership team and their willingness to want to participate in such dialogue, despite how difficult it is to have, honest and difficult conversations. And so kudos to them for supporting us from day one. They actually dared us to do something industry-wide, and we will be, I'm happy to say we will be sharing some footage of our video interviews on public platforms such as our website, as well as on LinkedIn, just to inspire similar conversations in the big business community beyond the four walls of our organization.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And, I think congratulations to you guys for making this happen. And I think it's kind of that catalyst that hopefully keeps things going as we move forward. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, Maria, can you tell us a little bit about the pledge, the CEO pledge, and why you chose to sign it?
Sure. The BlackNorth initiative is a pledge that is currently holding over 300 very influential companies here in Canada accountable to driving positive change and helping combat anti-Black and systemic racism. The reason that I decided to take the pledge on behalf of the company, Hugh, was, first of all, their mission statement actually aligned with our mission, and it was very compelling. Second of all, they took a business first approach to tackle this compelling issue, which I felt had sustainability power. And that obviously is always important when you take on a pledge or a new initiative. And then finally, back to my original point, they were providing 7 criteria that they were holding these companies and these CEOs accountable to. And I think we all know that where there is focus and accountability, positive change derives. And those are kind of some of the reasons why we decided to take this pledge.
Okay, great. Pako, just to sort of ask you another question, what does it mean to you and to the BEN team to be the first automotive-related company in Canada to adopt the BlackNorth Initiative CEO Pledge? And by doing so, what are some of the precedents you're hoping to set in terms of spreading awareness regarding inclusivity, both within Canada's business and communities and also beyond that?
Absolutely. I think it definitely makes us realize that we have a responsibility to be a role model. Being the first ones to sign in the automotive industry, a lot of eyes will be on us, and people will be looking to see what kind of impact we make within our own organization, but also to the community at large. As far as precedents that we want to be set in the business community and in Canada and beyond, the time to do the right thing is always now. If we can do it, you can do it too, right? We're happy to share our best practices. People can reach out to us at BENCanada at Cox Auto Inc. Doing things like this is never easy. If we can learn from each other, then why not? For those of us who work at an international organization, systemic and anti-Black racism is a global problem. Because of the reach of our organization, BEN has the ability to affect change at a global level. And if we can do it, again, we can do it too.
Guys, well, I've got you here this morning. I mean, anything else you'd like to mention? Did you want to each provide any more answers, or?
Sure, Hugh. I mean, I think I would love to leave one message.
Okay.
And that message is that difficult conversations are very hard to have. They really are, because again, they can introduce controversy, which can expose a company's vulnerabilities. But without having difficult conversations, it is difficult to build a foundation by which you can drive positive change. And as long as you do it in a professional way and in the spirit of doing the right thing for your employees and by your employees and team members, in order to further evolve your business, in order to help further evolve our industry, I think it's okay. And you don't have to be the first. But there is not one single person or one single organization that can drive the kind of change we need to in order to combat anti-Black and systemic racism and create a more inclusive environment. So I would hope that the industry decides to lead in their own professional environment or to follow our lead, because I believe that, there are a lot of things that we do right as an industry, but this is one area where we can do much better. And it's time. It's time because we've been here a long time and we've been having these discussions for a long time. And we really need to leave the industry at some point in a better way so that future generations don't have to worry about topics such as inclusivity and anti-Black and systemic racism.
Okay. Pako, is there anything else you'd like to mention this morning?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that for initiatives like this, Black employees should really be at the helm of leading conversations about anti-Black and systemic racism in the workplaces. And I hope that this interview can inspire you, if you are a Black person, to reach out to your executive team and propose to lead efforts like Ben at your organizations. And to executives who aren't Black, I would say follow the example that was set by Maria. Reach out to your Black talent and inspire them to champion initiatives like this, to empower them and empower them with the tools that they need to do it effectively.
Great. Well, Pako, Maria, it's been really wonderful talking to you this morning. And we've been very excited to share this initiative with you. And we wish you all the success in the world with it. And hopefully in the years to come, we will really see this stuff gain momentum and create this inclusive society that we really desperately need. So thanks again for your time.
Thank you, Hugh. Thank you for the invitation to meet with us.